What is up, everyone? It is the Mister. How y'all doing today? Hopefully, you are doing well. I did want to apologize right off for being just a tiny bit late, but as you can see, it was good reason. Look, look, guys, clear picture, clear picture. So, if you guys have not guessed, I actually received some mail today. One of which was actually a light. So now I actually have some decent lighting in the area where I am streaming from. So yeah, look at that. Completely different. You can actually see me. So it took me a little bit of time just getting it set up. So that's why I'm running just a tad bit late. On top of that, with the weather being the way it is, but yeah, definitely love the new light. So it is going to help dramatically. And this right now, like I'm probably going to have to move it away because man, it's bright and I can already feel the heat coming off me. So yeah. And Carson, thank you very much for those bits, man. It is appreciated. Those of you that are here, let me get rid get the particulars out of the way. You guys enjoy those. Those of you that are kind of new to the community, those points I do a monthly giveaway, and through being in chat and spending time, you guys accrue points, and those points allow you to purchase raffles at the last stream of the month. This month it is actually on the 28th. So you guys, please tune in for that. It will be during sometime during the 28th. That will be given away by spending time in chat, by being a sub, gift subs, donations, all that stuff. You get a little bonus to your points. So yeah, we are up on the multiplayer server in the American server. And I currently am in Bakersfield. Let me pull up the map real quick so you guys can see where I'm at. I'm just at the big Wahlbergs right here, but I'm probably going to make my way over to the service station. Probably, this one over here. That way it is close to everyone. But before let us jump into TeamSpeak and say hi to a few people. Oh, we have a D3. What is going on? Of course, it helps if I unmute myself, right? What's going on, D3?
Done.
and we have a mystery guest. I don't know if I can go by your new name there.
Whatever.
So we have a Twitch, and I actually have to ask you about that name. What particular is it involved? Like, for the longest time you said it was going to change.
It's a movie reference.
Well, okay, of that movie, huh? Kind of weird. And we also have I guess it helps if I actually grant power, right? And what is up there, Carson? How are you doing this evening?
Good, how about you?
Oh, not too bad.
You losing, like, ice vision now?
Oh, almost. Like, it is blaring. Like, I honestly I need to move it back a little bit. But, I wanted to get in here real quick because I was already kind of running a little bit behind, so...
Yeah, there for a second there you had a black dot on your forehead.
Well, that's my hand. See?
No, I'm talking about before.
Oh yeah, well, it's like when I'm leaning close, it kind of does it. So, it's weird. I got to tweak it just a little bit. I just did it real quick and kind of got, a clearer picture. So, but yeah, other than that,
Did it come with a dimmer switch?
It came with a let me remove a light bulb. So I don't think it actually will change or like it. I don't think it's got a switch where you can turn certain bulbs off, but maybe it does.
How
What
many
kind of
bulbs-
light is it?
It's a damn bright one, is what it is. No, I didn't even look at the box. I just remember it's like, oh, this one would work, and it was one that John either currently uses or had used before, and that was the big thing in my room is just needing that lighting. So, but yeah, I mean, it made you guys can see it made a world of difference on the picture.
Yes, it does. So
Ooh.
far, there's no snow effect anywhere.
Oh, man, around my area,
Yeah.
oh my god.
It's near me.
I ended up having to drive like the road to from work. It's like a highway, so it's 65 mile an hour, but everyone goes like 70, 75, right?
Let me guess, you were doing about 40?
I was doing, yeah, somewhere in between 40 and 50, and just blowing by past people. Like, they don't know how to drive in this weather. But even I was having to slow down just because of the conditions. Because it's that it's that snow that you can't really tell what direction it's coming from, because regardless of where you're at, or regardless of what direction you're traveling, it always seems like it's coming straight at you.
Yeah, it's that blinding snow.
Yeah, it is, and it actually was falling quick. Like, I think it only started about an hour ago, and we're already somewhere in the neighborhood of a quarter to half an inch, somewhere in that neighborhood. Like, it fell quick.
Wow.
And they're saying we're supposed to get 3 inches. So if it's falling that fast, I don't know what kind of time frame they're talking about as having snow. But oof.
Well, you're getting snow and we're getting rain.
Well, that's normally what we get. We'll get the rain that freezes, and then it turns after that.
Yeah, we're forecast to get between this morning and Thursday night 10 inches.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this area is under an aerial flood advisory right now, and they issued a river flood warning this morning.
Oh, I gotcha. And old timer, hello, welcome on in. How are you doing this evening? I think I forgot how to drive already. I'm using this bigger truck, and it's rough.
Looks like you might need to go back to the day cab.
I might need to just for tonight, until I get things figured out.
It's really going to change here in a few days, won't it?
It's really gonna change tomorrow. Yeah.
You'll break it out and test it tomorrow when you get home.
Yeah. I would stay up and do it tonight if I didn't have to work in the morning, but
You sound a little nasally. You got a cough.
no, I can't do that. I don't get enough days
Oh.
off. Like I literally get like 2 weeks off a year. That's between getting birthdays off and all the different holidays. It's
What? You don't have any vacation or sick time?
well, because of where family is, we generally have to take time off to go home. So normally
okay.
at least half of that is spent on that.
Right.
And Officer Jack, if you want to, come out and truck, yeah, you're more than welcome to. We're currently in Bakersfield, getting ready to pick a load. So
Right now, I'm in a freeze warning.
are you really?
Yeah. Hello for tonight's 30 degrees.
And Dom Toretto, sir, what is up? What do you think of the new view? It's the real me, Dom. No, I'm not in Discord. We generally use TeamSpeak for our
Do you have a thing for TeamSpeak?
kind of.
That's what I was about to ask. I didn't know if you had a
I have
command set up or
well,
not.
I have that, and then I also have a shortcut on my Stream Deck, so it doesn't always like to work. Oh yeah, you're good, Officer Jack. I mean, you can still always come out and truck with us if you want. That's not an issue. Let's see, is there gonna be anyone else joining us here, D3, or was it just gonna be us?
I don't know unless Dom's gonna come join us. It'd probably just be us for a little while.
Yeah.
That Dom guy, he'll get forced to do it like always.
I mean, yeah. I mean, someone will make him do something, and I never slept. Hold on. Oh my God! Turn.
Turning radius for nothing.
Wow. Okay.
That's why you don't drive big trucks.
I know. I don't.
Okay, mister, go get Black Betty and bring her back out.
Oh yeah, I need to. Wow, this is. Ooh, that was rough. Okay, let's see if I can find it now. Because I need that, and then
Need to
truck
make
manager.
myself a extra life truck.
Well, I never really got to use mine. Oh, let's see. No, that's not it. Is it bad that I forgot what it looks like? Or what is actually where I dropped it off at? You know what? Maybe by mileage. That's definitely not me. I do apologize for this, guys. I've forgotten where we were when I switched. Were we in Tuscan? Or wow, Tucson?
You guys are at the racetrack.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I think maybe. Because I think what it did is it brought me back to my actual garage for some reason.
How many trucks do you have?
All of them.
Oh.
No, literally all the workers. I have it just enough for all of them.
Okay.
And that's what the issue is. But I'm pretty sure it's a Peterbilt and not a Kenworth. You know what? I don't know. Is there a way to change it by type? You know what? Oh. That's not it either. Okay.
I'm
know what,
going to be
I'm just gonna
right back,
suffer
Nate.
through it. I'll have to figure it out later.
I'm gonna switch controllers really quickly.
Alright. Yeah, what? Oh, you actually are logging out of the game. Okay. I thought I just got disconnected from the server when you disappeared like that.
You actually have to log out of the game to switch controllers. And I don't want to let that one.
But I still have to find where I can sleep.
Again,
I mean, there is sleeping in this area, right? Maybe that's the issue. Yeah. We'll do it the easy way.
I think your other truck was a Kenworth.
I thought it was, but I just okay. Now I should have jobs. So
you know, I didn't have the hotkey set for the other controller. I had it set to this.
yeah, okay. And hello there, diver. Is that what that says? The light. What is but yeah, no, I literally I went through probably 2 weeks ago and bought trucks for all of the drivers, and I probably need to keep one of them that's like just my vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just means when you travel, you need to stop at every garage and see, is it here? Is it here? Or is it here?
well, right, and that's the thing. Like I have all the garages, so that's why I have so many available.
Right. And I think that username is Divers 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to the names, like pretty much any name in TeamSpeak, I butcher all of them. So I do apologize for that right off the bat. And just let me know when you're back in here, D3.
Should be in any second.
All right. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Let's find a job. Are you gonna be running freight or cargo? Let's see. We have some beverages going to Yuma. You know what? Might be able to swing that one right there. We got Bakersfield to the Dales. That's a decent run, right?
Mm-hmm. Should be.
Portland.
You got one for Portland?
So the rail export, so yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
Enough.
I got the one to Dales. I don't think I have one to Portland at all. That's probably the closest we're gonna get, but yeah. Yep. I'd say we do that, because I think I go, well, you go a little bit to the west, right?
Just a little bit, but yeah.
it's
And
pretty
by the
pretty
way, I
much the
already
same
took it.
place, right? Okay. Oh, you get to see me drive this slow vehicle. Oh, this might be, this is gonna be pretty rough, guys. Turn. Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to. I'm was actually I got the other stuff in the mail. The wheel and shifter and all that, and I was thinking, yeah, oh yeah, I get it set up tonight. But I decided on getting that light instead. I'm actually glad that I didn't try to get that wheel set up tonight, because who trying to drive this truck plus doing the shifter plus all that first stream. Oh my god, it would be rough. But I will definitely be using it for next week, so.
You want to know the funny thing?
What's that?
I believe I'm exactly where you left off, and where you started.
Oh, at that, the Wahlbergs.
Yep.
All right, finally got that, because that was horrible. All right, you already got your load there, D3.
Yeah, I'm just trying to change something really quickly.
Oh yeah, I suppose probably look at the map, but I would imagine it has us doing pretty much the same route.
I'm not looking at the map. I'm trying to.
Gotcha. Well, it's got us taking the 5, and it's got me cutting over to the 97, but we can stay on the 5 if you would prefer. No cop, no stop.
I'm gonna head straight over to the 5.
To the 5? Yeah. Well, let's see. I think it's got me going on the 99 and then up to the 5. But if you're heading straight over, just keep going over here.
It'll be easier to go over to the 5.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
That and more miles.
I mean, not too many.
No, but that little bit helps.
And Reaper, thank you very much for that follow. It is appreciated. And there was another follow earlier as well. I do appreciate those follows, guys. Welcome on in. Sorry, a little rusty today, just because of the week. Let me put it that way. The work week that I thought was getting better or couldn't get any worse than yesterday, it was just like a continuation. Oh. This guy is turning. Okay, yeah. I just need to keep going. My GPS has got me taking a real weird route.
I'm on the 5.
Yep, I will be there in just a second here. Yeah, and then I got to cut across this 58, so probably just another minute here. D3 and I will be there. I'll let you know when I'm actually to where I can see the 5, because then you can probably start rolling.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the 5.
Okay. Nope, I probably need to make sure that I fuel up beforehand too, so might as well pull in here. I do have, oh god. We'll just go to the one on the other side.
I'm back.
I'm just getting some fuel, and then because I'm pretty much at the 5, I'm like right there.
User joined your
What?
channel.
What's up, Heather?
Yeah, there.
Did they literally cancel school already? I mean, I heard something about school. I'm guessing that's the only thing it could be.
I think Heather's speechless. That's why she's not talking.
Whoa, she's probably trying to get them to calm down.
Because they're so excited.
Whoa,
Just can't hide it.
it's more or less because if she puts that mic on and they're as loud as they are, yeah, rip earbud users.
By the way, I am literally slow rolling at 2 miles an hour on the side of the road.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm
I don't
out
know
for the
how.
night.
Alright, you taking off?
Yeah.
Alright, you have a good one.
Later.
Yeah.
User
man.
disconnected from your channel.
Okay. Got that taken care of. I can finally get on the road.
On the road.
As long as I don't pass it again.
And yes, no school.
I don't understand that. I don't understand why they're already calling it off. I mean, there's literally 10 hours between now and when they have to be to school.
The base is already reporting only non-essential for tomorrow, or only essential employees for tomorrow.
I'm assuming that's you in this red truck here, D3? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even supposed to be that bad. It's like 3 inches.
You know, they used to not call off for hardly anything. Now they're calling off for everything. Can we just...
I mean, granted, right now the driving conditions out there are pretty bad. Like I said, I was driving 50 and I probably should have been going slower than that, but
Leadfoot.
yes, thank you very much.
Yeah,
75?
we have that problem down here sometimes.
And it's not so much of a lead foot as it is there's just so much time wasted between getting home from work and everything else. So it's like, you know what? Let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could hit a button and be home, that'd be great.
Yeah, down here we used to not get school canceled for anything. And then we had an incident where area was under severe thunderstorm warning,
Uh-huh.
and it was at the end of the day, about 2:30. Loading buses going home, and it kind of went south from there. They had a bus get flipped by a F-Zero tornado.
Oh, wow.
So, severe thunderstorm warnings, they hold students till the warning's over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or if they can send them home early or not have school, they do that.
Yeah, that kind of happened this past year back home. They, it was either this year or, well, I guess it was the last year's school year. During the winter, they had a bus that I guess went off in the ditch or something like that, and like no one was notified or something. So like, typically kids would be getting home, you know, somewhere around 4 o'clock ish or so, you know, 4:30 ish. It was like 7 or 8 o'clock before they ever got home because of whatever it was that happened. I don't remember exactly, but it was something to do with the weather conditions. They should have been sent. They should have released them early to make sure that they had gotten home before all of it hit. But since they didn't, they were stuck out in it.
Look are you going, mister?
Hmm.
How quick are you going?
75-ish. Well, what do you you run in truck books right now?
I think so, yeah.
Do you have your alarm set?
Yeah.
What do you have it set at? Because I'll just go whatever your speed is, so that doesn't go off if it's lower.
E.
What's that?
B1 for literally a second because I wasn't paying attention. Trying to talk.
Really? Oh man! Right away. Well,
Literally,
I mean,
right when it hit 81, I was already stepping on the, not stepping on it, pushing the brake.
well, there's a chance that it won't register because I mean, John has done it a couple times where he's seen it at 81 and it hasn't registered it. So
Now I'm doing 79, just to catch up to you a little.
yeah, it won't take too long. You're not like you should be
I'll be right back,
inside
guys.
of me. All right.
User left your channel.
Yeah, no, we didn't really have, you know, and this is, I think this is just the different age groups, but we didn't seem like we ever got school off. I mean, I lived in a state that we were kind of used to it, but it didn't seem like we hardly ever got school canceled due to weather. And now it's like left and right where they're always canceling school for it just even getting too cold out, or you know the weather, you know, whether it's supposed to get a bunch of snow, they're canceling it, and that never happened growing up. So
For me,
hmm?
for me, my 4 years of high school, I think I had one day that I wasn't in school because they canceled it, and that was because the schools got flooded, kind of.
Yeah, I don't think in high school I ever got a single day that was canceled. This was probably junior high. Actually, it was even before that. We had 1 year where I believe it was 1991. It was like a pretty bad snowstorm, and it was like on Halloween. About, you know, walk around trick or treating, and then like, I mean, it was legit. Like it dropped like a foot and a half of snow in one night. But they didn't cancel school for that. But then like a couple days later, where it was nicer conditions than that, they canceled it, and it was because the roads were slick because it was all like starting to melt. So it was kind of that slushy snow mix.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, and that was literally, I think that's the only time I can like legitimately remember them canceling school when I was growing up. I mean, I'm sure there was others, but there was not that many.
It's okay. That day, on my bus, there's only 3 people on the bus. Me, my sister, and another kid.
Oh, jeez.
All from the same exact bus stop.
Let's see, Ice Storm 98 for the north. Yeah, the Northeast always seems to get hit like hard with some of these winters. I mean, I'm sure there was something specific. Like I kind of remember hearing like the year 98 for the Northeast sounds familiar, but I can't recall the details. I mean, I would imagine you probably got a ton of snow falling that one night their fortress. Because it seems to me, northeast area, they've kind of got their stuff together when it comes to like snow removal and everything else. So it would have to be pretty bad.
For some odd reason, right now I'm doing 78 and you're getting away from me.
I'm doing 78 with cruise control.
You went up from 75.
Well, I normally run it at 78. That's what I set my cruise control at. But for whatever reason back there when we were first starting, it was only going 75. So I just figured it was with whatever load that I had, for some reason it wasn't allowing it to get up that high.
Do you guys ever remember the ice storm of 2008 or 2011? I don't remember.
Well, we had two snowstorms that were pretty bad here, and it was the 2009.
Might have been the 2009.
Yeah, and then it was like, it was either 2 years in a row, or like you said, it was a year, and then a year or two after that. And creative, yeah, that's where I claim, I guess. It's weird to put it that way, but my first, I guess, up until I was about 7 years old, I lived with my dad, so he was in the military, so I lived in Alaska and Oklahoma, and I think we started in Minnesota within like my first 4 years. But right around when I hit 7, that's when I actually moved in with my mom, and I lived there until I was 19. Yeah, 19 or 20. So I claim that that's where I'm from, is Minnesota, just because I spent most of my life there, but I'm kind of from all over. And it didn't help that I myself was in the military after, that. I swore up and down that I would never join just because my dad was in. And guess what? That it happened anyways. But I can't complain. If things had worked out differently, I probably would still be in. But now that I've been out for a while, I can't see myself going back in. I've gotten too used to not being on call for different things.
Were you ever in the reserve?
Well, I guess kind of. See, the way it works is, I was part of the reserves, but it's like, God, I can't even think of the term, but basically I was in the reserves, but since I had already been in the military, the only time something like that, like the only time I would have actually been called back in is if you're part of like a career field that's like critically low in manning.
Critically needed.
And then for whatever reason something happened where they needed you. Yes. Where I was, or what the career field that I was in, it wasn't really a thing. And it's almost the way they describe it is, since you were already in, the only way that really would have happened is like a step before, like if they were going to reinstitute doing the draft, the type of reserves I would in would get called before the draft. So the chances were very slim that I would get recalled. But with the military, once you're in, when you're getting out, you're unless you've physically gone through all the way to the point of retirement, you actually, the 2 years after you've gotten out, you're still part of that reserves. I think they call it like active reserves or something like that. It's weird.
For me not joining, I will just say I did talk to my recruiter
Mm-hmm.
for the army a lot. Every time he was there, I would talk to him, and he knew I wasn't joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them besides the Navy recruiter knew I was not joining. For some odd reason, the guy from the Navy did not want to trust me that I wasn't joining.
Well, he's got to meet that quota.
I wouldn't doubt that he was. Honestly, with the way he was, and with his, for the Navy, they have carriers, pretty much super carriers,
Mm-hmm.
and I had told him that if I would join, I would want to be on one of them. And he said there is no such thing as a super carrier. Which, the thing that's funny is there's a Netflix series, a documentary of the super carrier in the United States Army, Navy. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going saying that there's not one because it's not like that's what civilians would call it. They probably have a different name for it, so I mean, technically he's not lying.
Well, the thing is, before him,
Mm-hmm.
there was another recruiter that had even said, yeah, it is a super carrier.
Right.
Because essentially it is. It holds 3 times as many aircraft as the regular aircraft carriers in the Navy. Most carriers nowadays are the super carrier
Mm-hmm.
because, one, they hold a lot more. But we still have the regular carriers
Right.
until they get decommissioned.
You wanted to join their fortress? Yeah, I always had it stuck in my head that I didn't want to, but I was part of that generation that was entering the job market right around I don't know, September of 2001. Some of you may recall what happened then.
Mm-hmm. To this day, I can tell you exactly where I was.
Pretty much anyone can. Like, I'm not proud of where I was at the time, but I sure remember. Because mine was kind of weird. Like, I kind of shrugged the whole thing off like it was no big deal. I was actually at me and my best friend. Actually, we had an apartment that we shared, and I had to work that morning. And I heard him out in the living room. Like, he was like calling for me. He was like, "Hey, come out here and look at this. A plane just crashed into the towers." And when he said that, I was figuring, okay, someone just lost control and ended up hitting the towers. I didn't realize that it was like on purpose.
Yeah.
So, I never got up, never went out there, and then went to work, and they had it on the TV, and I saw a little bit of it there. Still just thought it was like an accidental thing, and then everything kind of was revealed after that it was like, oh no, this was like highly orchestrated. There was that. There was the Pentagon at the same time, and I think there was another one, but
yes,
it was
there's another one, but
they stopped
people,
it. I don't
Civilians.
remember. Did they ever figure out where where it was supposed to go and just never made it?
I
White
think it was
House.
somewhere in Pennsylvania where it was supposed to be heading to, and no, I think it might have been the Capitol. It was supposed to head to the Capitol.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was one supposed to go to the Capitol.
But the civilians on board stopped.
Yeah,
the
they rushed the
hijackers.
cockpit and took it down. Yeah, it's definitely it's a weird situation. That whole thing. It rocks so many people, and there's still movies to this day that come out about it and reveal more things that I never thought about.
Like, did you know that there was actually one of the wheels underneath the cockpit that got shoved in between two buildings, I think 10 blocks away from where it actually happened? They had to actually destroy the wall to get it out because how shoved in it was.
I mean, it
They
doesn't
don't-
surprise me. I mean, I had saw some special on, that whole, the unfortunate circumstances that led to it actually happening, like, the actual towers fell. They were thinking it was due to, like, impact and everything else, and it really had nothing to do with that. It was all because of the heat.
The
Melted the metal beams holding up the whole structure.
Yeah, like just the amount of heat made the beams pliable, which then gave under its own weight, which is now why they had to completely redo the way buildings were built.
Yeah, the reasoning behind it was due to the force of impact, the type of heat insulation that was used for fire prevention was not completely off.
Is that what it was?
And then because the plane had just left, they were full of fuel.
Yeah.
The
And
fuel went down 10 or 15 floors and completely destroyed the metal stability of the building.
mm-hmm.
And that's what caused it to collapse.
Yeah, because it was weird. Like, the tower came down and then tilted, and that's
Yep.
that's what they were trying to figure out. It's like it didn't make a sense why it would just go down first.
Yep, heat pliability is what caused it. And most people were surprised that the second tower fell first.
The reason why the second tower had fell first was because two of the beams holding up the building had been pretty much destroyed from the impact. So only two of the support beams were left.
It was that and the fact that when it was hit, 6 floors were compromised instead of just 3 compared to the first hit. Because that second plane hit at almost a perfect 45-degree angle.
We'll just say though, the one thing I still don't get is the plane that had supposedly taken off from Canada,
Mm-hmm.
how they believe that it actually never got off due to maintenance of it.
So there
That
was
it had actually gotten grounded for maintenance while it was supposedly taken off.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that's actually one of the conspiracies of 9/11 was that the one plane never actually took off. That hit the tower, one of the towers. And then another one is there was a military helicopter that flew around the buildings before it ever happened, and nobody thought anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And people say that that military helicopter had been throwing explosives out to one side, hitting the building, and when the buildings fell, there was bright white flashes.
I mean, really?
It's a conspiracy. I don't believe it, but there's people out there that do.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're gonna have that with anything. I mean, there's still people that claim like the Holocaust and stuff never happened, so you're always gonna have that. And yeah, Heather, we can stop talking about it. It kind of flowed in somehow. We went down the rabbit hole, and that's where we ended up.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole fuse was the day you joined, I think.
Well, yeah, it started with I basically joined shortly after that because a bunch of things happened around that time. Like that was, I guess, the linchpin of the rest of the events, because that happened, and because of that, it basically made it everyone was afraid to hire people. And where I worked at a restaurant, and I had worked at this place they had just opened, and so I was getting higher pay than normal, because that's kind of the thing, is whenever they open a place, they try and get people in by hiring them at higher rates, and then after that place is kind of established, they start weeding out those higher paid people to try and get new people in there at lower pay. And the bosses had actually caught me on a day where I was working a double, and I was like super tired. I got to work, and they basically insulted my work ethic, saying that when I first started, that I was one of the best people there, and now I was hardly doing anything. I was falling behind all the time, which was not true. Now, the falling behind on that day, yeah, that was a thing, but it wasn't a normal. And me being the kid that I was at the time, I was like, "Oh, you trying to get me to quit? I'll quit right now," Like, I just fed into what they were trying to do, not knowing any better. And so because of that, that's what actually caused, like, I no longer worked there, and then since nowhere was hiring, I couldn't get a job anywhere. And my dad and stepmom, we went to go live with them for a little bit, and while I was there, my stepmom had actually said something that was, really smart, and it was basically, she was saying that she didn't want me to really join the military, and she knew I didn't want to, but it would make sense if I did, at least to get, like, the, going in, they kind of trade you in a certain skill, and once I'm in, if that's not, if I realize that the military is not something that I want to do, well, it's like 4 years. People will get stuck in jobs that they want for longer than that. So I could basically just grit my teeth, go through it, and then I would have that education and that skill. And then I could get out and go find a job using that skill.
Yep.
And then I did 12 years. So, and I would have done longer, like I said, but things happen. So
Just barely missed the cone.
what, are you going all over the place back there?
I had to discover the way station.
Oh, and what is up, trucker? Welcome in. How are you doing tonight, sir? Well, hitting the rumble strip. It's like I was driving home today. It rumble strip is what actually kept me on the road half of the night.
I will just say, have you ever gone over it when your daughters were little?
The rumble strip? Yeah.
Yeah. I think every parent has, because it pretty much shakes the vehicle to it, and it tickles you.
Well, I
And
used to do it to wake them up.
Have you ever pretty much done it and swerve, waking your buddy up in the vehicle? That'd actually be hilarious to see though, but they'd be pissed off at you after.
Okay, yeah, and Heather, the lights. So it's basically it's one big softbox, and it has four different, I guess, fluorescents. The four different sockets in it, right? And the switch, I've got one switch on, and I think it turns on two of them, and then there's another switch that turns on the other two. Well, I only have one of the switches on right now, but the thing is that it's so close. Like I had it on with all four, and it was just too much. But I also don't have any, like, that is the only light on in this room right now. And since it's like a white since it's like a white light, yeah, it's actually working wonders. But I do need to back it up, I think. At least to kind of escape the heat. And if I do that, maybe at that point I'll have to turn on the other two.
Mr. Bossman should come join us.
I'm sure he's got other things.
Yeah. Probably finishing what he was doing earlier if he didn't finish it.
Yeah, probably.
There's a truck coming into...
Yep, moving to the left lane.
We did that at the same exact time.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to work on getting the wheel and everything set up tomorrow. Originally, I was going to wait to use the shifter and stuff until I got the A+B. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, get one of the trucks and just switch it to, like a 13 speed transmission, just so that I can at least use the shifter and kind of get everything down. And then once I get to the point where I can get the A+B shifter, then I will be able to switch it back at that point. Because I like running these 18 speeds as opposed to the 13. Let's see, 147 left.
I only have 93 left.
I got 141. But I think we basically are going all the way up to Portland, because I think it was the route it was showing me taking. I was actually supposed to veer off a couple exits ago. It's like, you know what, we'll just continue up the 5 and then I'll skirt over to the east. Because my GPS, like, pretty much every turn it was trying to get me to veer over. Because it was wanting me to take the 99 almost the entire way up.
Want to know the one thing I forgot to do?
Sure.
Got to pay Baku's toll.
I mean, we started there, so. And besides, you only have to pay that if he catches you. This one's having me actually go off to the right here, so I don't know if yours is actually having you go straight or not.
No, I gotta slow down. Because I'm going somewhat the same direction as you.
Ah, I gotcha.
But I'm going next to the rail export, so.
You like that, man? Yeah, no, I've actually lost track how long I've been growing this. I think when I started working where I do, I basically go periods of time where I would grow it out and then I'd shave it and grow it out and shave it, and then I think what happened is it was getting close to winter, and I let it. It grew out a little bit, and then it started getting cold, and I just kept growing it, and it got past that stage. At least for me, like it would, within like the first inch, it would get where it was just like itching, and once I kind of got past that length, it stopped. So I think now I've actually been growing out for about 3. Years. It stops everything.
That's I dare you to do it again. Not. I actually don't want to. It's the mystery.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You. Oh, you know exactly what. Oh man, it is so loud. Oh man. But thank you very much, Fitz, for those bits. It is appreciated. Oh.
I'm gonna fuck with you, buddy. We're gonna be buddies.
Oh.
Every time. Here's you, here's Matt. There's you, there.
And thank you very much for that follow. It is appreciated. Welcome on in. Oh. I'm awake, I swear. Oh, no, speaking of, there's actually one that I have to, that I forgot to remove from that soundboard that I have to change.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it's not bad for on here, but with the, there's this Thunderstruck one, the one that is AC/DC.
Uh-huh.
When I think someone tried to get it to play, but the soundboard was broke on Sunday. It flagged my video, like it actually blocked it on YouTube. Like just straight out blocked the entire video.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
not good.
No. So I've got to figure out if it's because of the length or what it is, because I think right now it's like 17 seconds.
That's probably why.
Well, it might be, but it like normally it's 15 seconds is the most, but the only reason I even kept it as long as I did is because of the segment. It just like it has a nice finish to it there. And if I cap it at 15, it's like cutting it off in, the middle. But I may scale it back and then try it again on like a shorter stream night just to see, hey, are you gonna block it here?
I wonder if you could take that video and condense it down to 15 seconds. How bad it would mess with the audio.
It all it would do is it would speed it up a little bit. It's probably not that drastic, honestly.
Yeah.
But I was actually just thinking about just cutting the ends off a little bit. I never thought of just condensing it, because that might work too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Buckeye, I don't know how I'm gonna get pulled over on here. There's no really getting pulled over. It's
Getting banned.
yeah, it's hey, you did something wrong, you got reported, oh, you're banned. I would imagine this is probably your stop here, right? You said you're going to the rail export?
No, it was near the rail export. It was the wobble.
Oh,
I already delivered.
okay. Yeah, I've got another 17 miles or so. I mean, why would I flip the rig over? I'm like right there, 16 miles away. Ooh, geez, this hill would be entertaining trying to go up using that shifter, right? I mean, in automatic, it slowed me down to 35. Fats, really? Oh, man. I mean, ain't that the truth, though? They backseat drive the whole time, and then they have to get to the point where you're having to teach them to drive, and that I am, oof, I am not looking forward to that day.
Oh, but it would be fun. So it almost shut into a house.
Hey, look at this. I haven't been here, so it worked out. And my Xbox controller is going crazy. Going down that dirt road is causing my controller just to kind of like
the
tip
vibration.
and knock back and forth from the vibration.
Beeping in my ears, and I don't like it.
Hmm?
I hear beeping in my ears, but I don't like it.
Oh, are you going above your?
Yeah. I'm heading to the Dalles.
All right. Well, let's see what is left. This one I'm probably gonna have to make, a little bit shorter. Oh, let's see. We have Dallas to Portland. It's probably a little short, shorter than I'm wanting. Oh, let's see. That one's not too bad. I've got one to the Reno.
Let me pull over.
Or are you already in Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose you were only 17 miles away, or I was 17 miles away from drop off when.
Go to Clovis.
Ooh, no, not tonight. That's all the way down here, right? Yeah. No. No, you talk to me this weekend, and yeah, sure.
Yeah, that would be a long trip, wouldn't it?
Well, the routes that I've normally been taking have been like, Portland or Dalles, Eugene, and then all the way down to Artesia, this kind of southeastern part of New Mexico.
Well, y'all have fun. I'm headed to work.
Yeah, gross work.
Yeah, but you know what the good thing is?
It's the last day.
Yes.
Me too. I got 6 tomorrow, and then I'm done.
Hey, Misty, you did the same thing as I did.
The
Cookie in the paintball kit.
yeah.
I'll catch y'all later.
All right. You have a good one.
See ya.
User left your channel.
Yeah, we got the one to the Reno. Or what is there in cargo? No. Oh, I need to select from here. That's too
Reno,
long.
and I have Elko.
Let's see. I always forget where Elko is. Yeah, Nevada. I don't know if I even have any to Nevada. I got one to Eli. Oh, whoa. Okay, so let's see if that one in freight is still there. To Reno? We can do that one. You still got that one?
I had 2 to...
Oh, yeah?
Never mind, I only had 1. I had 2 to Elko, but yeah, I still have the Reno one.
Yeah, we go ahead and do that one. I got some nuts to go into Reno.
Do you want to know the funny thing?
What's that? Same thing?
I got some cheese.
Now we just need crackers.
Uh-huh.
Or pretzels.
Only those actually were loads you could do.
I mean, there's the loads to Wahlburger, the grocery stuff. So I mean, there's probably that stuff in there. Oh my god! I need my day cab back. Yeah, my controllers. Yep, there it was. Tried to save it, missed it.
think I'm heading out up to where you're at, maybe.
You think so?
Yeah, because I'm 50 miles from my pickup.
Now maybe. Do you know what company you're supposed to be picking up at? Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare.
I'm across the street.
No, that's where I was at. And turn.
You have the dirt road.
What's that?
I said, yep, the dirt road.
Mm-hmm. Another one. Another place I hadn't been to. And that was freight? Yes, okay. Freight. Okay, now this really looks odd. Oh my god. I mean, the trailer's almost just a tad bit longer than my truck.
Sliding my truck sideways.
Okay, now I would imagine since we're going to the same place, our GPSs should already be linked up. At least to that city, you know. You still picking up your load?
I just backed up into it and picking up.
Okay, yeah. I see where you're at. Green dot on the map. I didn't know if that was you or if it was someone else.
And for me, I changed it to you're red.
Huh? Oh, I gotcha.
You're a red dot.
Oh, let's see. Oh, of course. This is gonna be very entertaining, guys. Oh my god. Oh, there's just the windy road. I've done that 100 times in my day cab, but not with this truck. That's gonna be slow going.
least you have a tiny trailer.
Hmm.
At least you have a tiny trailer.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the truck. Like it, it takes forever to turn. So
But same exact truck as you.
you're heading up here. I'm gonna start rolling, because otherwise you're gonna run me over.
Question. A miss.
Turn, you big bastard!
I almost hit the guardrail.
Yeah, I was close. Did you almost hit it because of me, or just because of the way you were turning?
See, I have a foot trailer. 53-foot trailers don't run that well with a long truck like this.
I mean, sure they do.
Even with a steerable axle, this thing sucks.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
That time I actually hit the guardrail.
Just exchanging paint, that's all.
I'm not exchanging paint, I'm just exchanging chrome. I have the bull ball. The question for you: if you had the choice to bring back one TV show you used to watch, what would it be?
Ooh, one TV show. Now you talking about just back on the air again? Like, like basically, continuing from where it left off, or just bringing something back?
Back entirely.
I don't know. Because there's not really a whole lot of shows that I watch and actually like for the shows that I watch, they're typically still on. I haven't really gotten into a whole lot of shows that were on and then were taken off the air. Case in point, there's like 2 shows that I generally watch, and even them I haven't really kept up with them this season. But I'll always watch Law and Order SVU and NCIS. Other than that, there's not a whole, like, none of the shows that I've really watched have been taken off the air. No, I take that back. There is one, and I think it was it had potential. There's some things that they needed to fix, and it was trying to think of exactly what it was called.
What it was about?
I know what it was about. It was probably within the last couple of years. There was a show, and it was supposed to be like this tech genius bought a hospital, and he was doing all this stuff where he was like using technology, and doctors were filling in what he didn't know to run this hospital, and it was a high-tech hospital is what it was. One of the first episodes, there was a guy that basically gave a guy, or it was like his son had some kind of issues where he was basically having the son was having like heart problems or something. So they basically gave him this like bracelet, and it was supposed to, whenever that monitored certain conditions, it would call the ambulances. Well, it happened a couple times, and the ambulances stopped showing up because it was always giving false alarms. So the parents actually took it off of him, and he had it in like the dad had it in like his pocket up near his heart. Well, it was monitoring his heart, telling him that he was about to have a heart attack, and the guy called him up thinking it was like the son is like, your son's in like cardiac arrest, he's about to have a heart attack. But he was actually talking to this kid's dad. He's like, well, my son isn't wearing it. Well, where is it? It's in my pocket. So it was like, just the thought of stuff like that actually being possible, I thought was great. And maybe some of that stuff is actually legit, but
That I know of, that is actually a real thing. I'm not positive.
well,
But
maybe some of the
reopening-
stuff. They had some stuff in that show that was like, I don't think that's real. But stuff like that, yeah, I could see. I mean, any good show is going to have truth, elements that are true in it, because if it's so far-fetched, it's obviously not going to hold anyone's attention.
Depending on what it is.
What's that?
Depending on what it is.
Yeah.
What type of TV show it is.
I mean, there's going to be one show that another one that I wish was kind of on, but I don't think it would go very long. It was just it's like got my kind of humor and everything else, and it only went for like one season. Whoa! Almost busted my 80 mile an hour. A lot of people have heard of it, at least that I was kind of friends with. It was called Firefly. It's kind of like a sci-fi western-y kind of.
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I thought about watching it, but I never did.
It's pretty good. Like, if you literally have to watch like the first 3 episodes before you can really make up your mind whether or not you would like it, because the pilot episode is completely different than like episode 1 and 2, or I guess 2 and 3, because the main character, like, they completely switched how he acts, but it was for the better, for sure.
I almost ran into the back of you.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was doing 75.
Were you being distracted?
No, I was actually watching in front
Oh.
of me. I didn't realize you were doing like 50.
I almost went 80 and then I hit the brakes and I think it just slowed me down that much. But creative, yeah, I know I can turn up the sensitivity. The problem is right now I'm literally on a keyboard, and when I turned up the sensitivity, it gets to the point where just the slightest move is like drastic, and it to me was feeling like it was actually going to cause to tip over. But that's not really going to be an issue. I'm doing the turn and dart.
Mister? Okay, then. Did not realize you were gonna do that.
That's what I was saying. Turn and dart.
Oh. I mean, I could go the opposite direction, but I'm not going to, just so that way I don't get in trouble. You know, all of a sudden I just start seeing you go into that other lane and then shoot across.
Yeah, I had to get the angle on it, otherwise I was just gonna completely lose all speed. But no, I actually have a wheel and stuff in the other room that I got there, creative. So starting next week, when I play, I will actually be having a wheel. So the sensitivity thing, even if I adjust now, is going to go right out the window. I'll have to readjust it all for that. So, although I do have to figure out how exactly I'm going to attach it to this desk in here, because my desk is considerably, like, I guess the clamps aren't that they don't adjust out that far, so I need to kind of figure out how I'm gonna attach it to a desk or TV tray or whatever I'm gonna end up using until I get something either built or bought. Because I know they have the different stands for the wheels and stuff, but like they're like $120. It just seems like a lot.
For a stand, kind of.
Well, and that's all it is. Like it's a stand that your wheel attaches to, and then it's got a spot for like your shifter and your pedals sit on it. But I think I can kind of fabricate something, because what I ultimately want to do is like didn't realize you were that close to me there.
No, my truck's not want to slow down whatsoever.
No, like at least the stands that I've seen, it shows like the pedals being like flat, like, you know, laying the same way as the floor. I actually want to angle mine up so that it's kind of sitting more like it would in a car. But so what I've been doing is I've actually been looking at some of those stands just to see, well, exactly how hard would it be to fabricate something, and it doesn't, like, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple design. It's just finding the material to use it that would be heavy enough that moving around is not going to break it. But I think what I might do short term is I've got a bunch of different like clamps in the garage for, like, wood clamps or bar clamps, that type of stuff. I might just use those instead of the clamps that come with it. But I've got to take the wheel out and see exactly, what I have to work with.
I hope to God you do not lag out.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't normally lag out. I've had issues in this game where, like, even tonight, I had to log into the game 3 times because it was saying that I had an unreliable connection. But normally once I'm in the game, I don't lose connection.
I was like right on your bumper.
That's all. There we go. Yeah, hadn't really been able to get back to the speed where I could re-enable my cruise control. Because I've noticed a weird glitch thing with I'm calling it a glitch because it doesn't make sense to me. But the cruise control, if you're, say, in like 15th gear, or if you're in any gear other than what you set the cruise control at, so like right now I'm going 78 and I'm in 18th gear. If you're going 55 and you re-enable your cruise control, it automatically bumps it back into 18th gear. So it'll eventually get up there, but the speed at which you're getting back up there is junk, because it's immediately kicking it into 18th gear. Oh, we do have a sharp right, or excuse me, sharp left coming up. As soon as I got back up to speed, go figure.
Thought about just cutting across the field.
Oh my god. Turn!
Thought about cutting.
I've thought about doing that sometimes in this game, but like there's weird spots where you can do that, in other places it's like hitting a wall.
Of them, I forget exactly where it's at. But I think it's somewhere in Oregon or Nevada. How it's a straight road and then there's a road that goes off at like a 45-degree angle or 30-degree angle.
Okay.
I literally just go and cut the corner. I just go into the dirt because...
Yeah, I did that in one spot. I forget what state it was in. Tried to cut the corner like that, but I ended up on a dirt road and there was like a fence, so I had to travel down this dirt road just to get to the end of it, and then do like a left turn back in there and then a right. Like it was bad. It was definitely not.
Is that a right-hand turn up ahead?
It is a sharp right-hand turn.
Okay. I just barely saw it, so I just wanted to make sure.
And I missed it.
You? I just come to a complete stop.
Yeah, I was actually thinking it was after this gas station and not
User
before.
joined your channel.
Hello.
Hello?
Heather.
Going to bed.
Already?
Good night, Heather.
It's 10:15.
I know.
What do you mean already? I've been up since before you were.
Shh.
I'm
Just-
exhausted.
Just mean it's just 10.
Yeah?
Okay.
Your alarm starts going off at what time?
5:30-ish.
Okay, so I was up 5:30-ish, and it's 10:16 now.
Yeah.
It's like a long time. I should have been in bed an hour ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're still kind of sick too, so.
Yeah, I took some medicine, and I'm like, oh, I'm not coughing. I feel a little bit decent. Let me go to bed before I start feeling like crap again.
Well, good night, Heather, and see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see you shortly here.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna
you're
go
still awake.
Kick the kids out of my bed. And, yeah. I'll let you get the dogs and stuff put up, though.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll be done after this load anyway, so.
Okay. Have fun, y'all. Good night. I'm out.
Yeah. Later, Heather.
User
Hey, yeah.
disconnected from your channel.
May or may not have looked out at stream for a second. There used to be a TV show called Revolution. Did you ever watch that?
That is the post power outage one, right?
The United States government shut off the power for the entire world.
Yep. See, I didn't
Yeah.
make it too far into that one.
It got weird.
Well, okay. I made it to the point where they had figured out that there was these certain people that still had devices that could enable the power. I made it to that point and was like, yeah, I'm kind of out.
It's a good thing because it literally got really weird. There's somebody coming. I think it was the last episode of, I think, season 2 or 3. The very last episode of it, they left it hanging to where it's, if they wanted to, they could bring it back. But I doubt they're going to bring it back because how flippin' weird it got.
And Fortress MacGyver is back. I mean, it's not the same MacGyver, but MacGyver's back. It's on the air now.
It's on CBS, if I remember correctly. CBS or NBC?
Yeah, I believe so. But
Yeah,
they
Los
took it
Angeles.
in a, yeah, I see it. They took it in like a weird direction. Like they made the, and maybe I just didn't understand that much from the original one, but they went in like the newer one, like the guy is like way younger. I guess you didn't make the turn, huh?
Thought I slowed down enough. Nope. Truck just kept going straight. Hit the wall.
But they put like a guy in the role of MacGyver that appears to be way too young for all of the stuff that he supposedly it did, and they kind of played it off as he's like a prodigy in that stuff. And I, watched a decent amount. It's not bad. It's just,
Not what it used to be.
yeah. I am so used to the old MacGyver that it was like he got in these situations and he had to kind of play his way, out of it, using what was currently there, and it wasn't like he literally used the stuff that was there, and you could tell he was like working it out on the spot. And the newer one is like they use things that he currently has on him, and it almost seems like it's too set up. What is with these guys? I mean, I appreciate them getting out of the way, but they're like hitting the dirt. The minute you see them, they're like way cutting it.
It's probably because I have a 53-foot trailer and he knows how a 53-foot trailer turns.
I mean, maybe, but I think I would still stay on the road.
Sometimes, depending on what road I'm on, I go into the door.
Oh
like
my
I
god!
just did.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Uh,
Woo!
oh, whoa, that was.
Yeah, it
close.
was close.
And I'm not paying attention because I was watching stream.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was kind of. I didn't realize how close you were.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said slow down. That, and also I was trying to pay attention to not hit the line in front of me. Damage my truck.
Yeah, I think I already have like 2 or 3% damage from when I was picking up the load. It was weird. It was one of those where I backed up to go get the load, and it was like already, just from backing up to hook up the trailer, it gave it damage. But it wasn't all the way backed up, you know. It was like I was backing up thinking, okay, I'm far enough. I got trailer damage and then had to back up further to actually get it coupled.
Okay then.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. You know, kind of like them external ones that sometimes you have to like floor it, cause the damage just to get it to where it'll hook up. It was kind of like that, only on like a freight. Oh hell, we're almost there.
I literally just saw the flag. Yeah. I'm getting on.
You gonna make this turn?
Yeah.
Nope. I thought you were in the clear, and then nope.
I did too.
Well, you're getting hooked on the back tires on the left side.
Was I was gonna go run into beams, and then I was like, oh crap. And that was the result of it.
Yeah. That 53-foot trailer got you again.
Oh yeah.
You going to
That might-
Eddie's or whatever it is here?
Right up ahead. On the right hand side.
Yep, we're going to the same plot. No cop, no stop. Okay, I guess I'll go.
Meet running into the guardrail. Me stop.
Oh, that sucks.
It's stuck.
No, it sucks that I was thinking I had to back up in there, and it's just, it's like a pole straight ahead.
I get stuck here.
I mean, let's be honest, you probably will.
So I wish that they would bring it back, but not as weird as when it went. For Revolution. I wish that I understand why they took off Mythbusters,
Mm-hmm.
and also I understand why they took off Storm Chasers.
Well, see,
But-
Mythbusters, I don't think they took it off the air. I think that was Matt and Jamie were like, yeah, I think we've had about enough. Because, I mean, that was like, when you break that show down to seasons, they had so many seasons of that show, and I'm really surprised it went as long as it did.
Really, but yeah.
especially with how many of their like episodes that it was like, oh, we did this, but then we had, people write in saying, well, we didn't do this, this, or this. So they would revisit that, same myth again.
Is that myth Discovery Channel?
Mm-hmm.
Tried so hard to bring. Guess what?
Huh.
It's not even going to be coming back.
No.
Of the new Mythbusters. No. Except this time, Adam Savage is the host.
Yeah. Well, he's always been kind of the little more kookier of them anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Adam and Jamie were just kind of tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
I had looked. Jamie, he no longer does special effects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all he does computer animation now,
That makes sense.
and it's only him. Really. Everybody else that he had working for him,
Mm-hmm.
that I know of, don't work for him anymore.
Well, they had quite a few people that would, and then they kind of were there for a little bit and then would leave, so I never got the impression that a lot of them guys were going to stay around the whole time.
A lot of them actually probably went in animation because that's where it was going
Mm-hmm.
for special effects.
Yep. Animatronics and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he actually is also an inventor as well.
Oh, I gotcha.
He's inventing new ways to make special effects and all that.
All right, well, it is 10:30. I think I am going to call it here. I've got stuff to do before I get ready for bed, and I may take a look at that wheel, see what I have to do to get it set up, see if it's even something I can hook up yet or not, but that will be definitely coming here soon, guys, so make sure you tune for that. But D3, I definitely wanted to thank you for joining me this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time I said it without my mic being muted.
Well, you didn't just like leave the channel, which is what it seemed like last time. So
Last time it was my mic was muted.
exactly. All right. So yeah, I will see you out in the main channel if you're gonna be there in a few minutes here.
Probably. See you in a few.
Yeah. See you in a few.
Sound muted.
All right, guys. This is where I am gonna call it. Didn't stream for as long as I would like, but I definitely wanted to, go a little bit further than 10, because I did kind of start late. But as you can see, the light works great. And as I stated, I have gotten the wheel and shifter and stuff, so that will be stuff that is integrated into some later streams. It is going to be something that I try and use on both Farming Simulator and on this little game here, American Truck. So definitely will be utilizing that. Other than that, I am going to call it here. I will not be back here until Thursday. Thursday, the plan is to be playing Farming Simulator. I will be starting at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, so please tune in for that. But tomorrow night, Puma Plow, John will be streaming. If you're not already following, please go over to his channel. Dom did post it in the chat there. Go give him a follow. He streams let me get this right, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, most of the time Saturday, and occasionally he'll squeeze in an extra one on Sunday as well. Really awesome streamer. So definitely, if you guys have not, head over there and give him a follow. Other than that, I will run some credits here because we did have some follows. But thank you everyone for tuning in here and partaking in that soundboard. There are going to be some more things that I want to add to that / edit, because like I said, that one is kind of messed up. So looking forward to you guys utilizing that. If you guys ever do have any ideas for that, you can always hit me up on my social medias. For that, you can follow me on Instagram at _Mr__. You can follow me on Twitter at _Mr___. And you can always send me emails to the_Mr@yahoo.com. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good rest of your day, and as always, stay safe.